actually, this is based on a web series called the Walten Files, and um, it was originally kind of based off of Five Nights at Freddy's, but then it's kind of taken its own direction. Um, but the incident that this piece in particular is about was there's a part in the story where there's the two guys that run the burger restaurant. One of them is driving the other one's two little kids home from a thing at school, and but he has a really bad drinking problem, and his wife had just left him that day, earlier in the day. So then he has a car crash, and it kills the two little kids. And then he like freaks out and buries them, and doesn't like want to tell his friend what he did, and like totally loses it. But and then they're called the little red children after that, and then their spirits like possess this little bunny doll that they had. But anyway, that's all kind of extra information that you don't really need to understand the piece. But anyway, it's an interactive piece, and so you can go up and sift through the pieces on the inside. And the reason that they're there, okay, the wine glasses obviously was, because he has a drinking problem. But then if you go underneath all of those, there's a heart, and that's his heart.
Whose heart?
The guy that had the accident, the drunk guy, Felix is his name.
So his heart is being buried by...
Mm-hmm. And then if you look at the heart, it's got, and this was kind of like a last minute thing that I just thought of, like the last day I was painting. But the pink in the middle, that's supposed to be like the pink cloud, which is a thing that's like something that they talk about in like AA. When people stop drinking, they get like this kind of honeymoon phase thing where everything in life is like great. So that's why I put that there, and also I just think it looks cool. And then the word, and then the word somberine, that actually comes from, there's a song that there's a band that's in the story that does songs for like the characters, the animatronic characters at the restaurant, and they do shows, and they sing. And one of their songs is it's called "Love Is Linda," because Felix's wife that left him, her name is Linda. And the song, there's a part where it goes, "Linda, tonight I want to see you dance, somberine and clean." I'm probably getting it wrong. But anyway, somberine, and it's actually kind of a made-up word. But the guy that actually sings the songs, which is also the guy who does the voice acting for Felix, he didn't know that. He thought it was a real word. I don't know what he thought it meant, though. But...
What is the type of hummus?
Huh?
It's a type of hummus.
A type of hummus.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, so it's kind of like the fans we've kind of taken it over, and we're kind of like defining it right now, what it means. But my way of thinking of it is it's like you think, well, of course, somberine and clean, so you think, well, it's like sober, like clean and sober, but also it's kind of like somber and serene mixed together, which is like, it's very like calm, not necessarily sad, but yeah, like calm in a deep, serious way. So anyway, that's my explanation.
Okay.
So now people can tell me why it's wrong and stupid.
Don't say that.
But yeah, you can go and play with it, and it's interactive. So.
Okay. So when you say it's interactive, you really want people, like, what do you want them to do with it? Do you just want them to kind of examine?
They can look at stuff. Yeah, just look at stuff.
You want them to keep the wine glasses?
No, they can't. Everything
like
has to stay
propose a toast
at the end of the day. Well, they can.
with
Yeah.
the glasses.
They can. Yeah, they can do whatever they want as long as everything gets put back. Before everybody leaves.
You want it to be kind of returned.
Right. Gotcha.
So part of the, like with interactive art, people are very hesitant to touch art.
That's
if you're in a-
I get that.
if
Yeah.
you're in a gallery or a museum or in a place where you're looking at art, right?
Right.
Especially when it's an object that is not a recognizable object or not
Mm-hmm.
really like, like if you made this look like a couch,
Mm-hmm.
people might be interested in sitting on it. Or
Right,
it's
but
like-
that doesn't immediately.
or
You don't look at that and think, "Oh, I should do X with it." Yeah, I get
So
it.
sometimes, like with interactive art, if the object doesn't have like a function,
Mm-hmm.
if it doesn't have like a
Like a
thing
cog.
Right.
thing to turn or a handle or a button.
Right, gotcha. It's just loose little pieces
There
in there,
are-
which is not. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So like, like if there's not an immediate
Mm-hmm.
reason for someone to mess with it,
Mhm.
people usually don't.
Yeah, and this is I'm gonna have to give Elijah credit here, because when he was setting it up when we first got here, he actually did something with it that is kind of cool. Do you want to show him how you did it?
Which one?
Where you had the heart like up on one of the hinges?
That one.
Yeah. Cause see, to my way of thinking, that would be kind of like representing if he had gotten over his drinking problem, which we don't know if he's going to yet, because we're still waiting for season 2 and what's going to happen. But and that way you could see the heart as well. But it kind of makes the meaning a little different. But it's also very cool. So I give Elijah credit for that.
So another thing is, like, how are you going to explain? So if you're not here to tell us the story,
Then
what
yeah.
are some ways that you could communicate to a person what this is all about? Would it be a sign that has a narrative? written on
I
it?
guess that'd probably be about the only way to do it. Honestly, you'd have to have words. Yeah.
Because I think like, kind of like with the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, like
Yeah.
there
When
are
it's
people who probably
Understand it
Right.
right when you do something that's based on like another like popular culture thing or like fictional universe thing, it is kind of it's kind of a not inside joke, but it's like it's kind of you have to have some knowledge of the other thing to really kind of get it. I mean, this is like obviously people have drinking problems and have drunk driving accidents and things, lose their heart, and that happens all the time. But it doesn't, the way this particular project set up, it doesn't necessarily immediately tell you that. I get that.
Yeah, I think
Hi. Okay.
Slams the door open.
Yeah, just like, bam, right in the door.
Alright, this is my piece.
Nah, set it up.
Okay.
anyways. So don't stick it like so close to this piece.
Yeah.
I'll move it.
But yeah, I would need to think, if this were like an actual piece, like for a museum or something, I would need to think through the presentation a little bit more. Like, yeah, because
in the other projects we've talked about like approaching these things like without any like previous knowledge.
yeah, and I
So
kind
we've-
of, yeah.
We've seen you make it. We've heard you speak about it in class.
But if you hadn't, you wouldn't necessarily know what is that thing.
So it's kind of like a cold read, which is something that we've
Mhm.
talked about. So if
Yeah.
I look at this thing, I see wine glasses. I see blood.
Mm-hmm.
I see the relationship between that red wine and blood.
Probably,
But also,
yeah.
I see like the shape of this
Mm-hmm.
thing is like a broken